Okay, so I'm adding a little project to myself, but you know, these things happen. I have a little bit of resin left over, so I'm going to start these two coasters. They're going to match the two teacher tumblers I'm working on. So this is my crayons glitter, and I'm not going to use a ton of it. I'm just going to mix in a little bit. And all I want to do for this round is pour it into the lip, which will be the top of the tumbler, or the top of the coaster, I should say. So I'm gonna see if I can somewhat neatly stick to the edges. If it goes out of bounds a little bit, it's not gonna be the end of the world. I'm working on cups, but this epoxy is super warm and I'm worried about it setting up on me as I pour it on a cup, so I figured I would do this step. I figured they'd just be a cute little addition to the cups. I'm going to use the back side of this stir stick to just kind of push it back. Like I said, it's okay if it's a little bit up and over, but I don't want it completely up and over. Okay, so I'm going to come back to these in a little bit once this starts to set up. I'm going to kind of tap them down. Hopefully there's no bubbles in the corners. But that epoxy was so smooth that because of being so warm, that I doubt there's many bubbles in it. So I'll be back for the next step. Okay, so I am ready to get the next layer poured into these. I have a big cup mixed up, probably too much, but I'm gonna put the rest of the glitter I'd already mixed up in here. And I do have another cup with some white that's a similar mix, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that too and see how that looks once it's mixed. These are fine, so they shouldn't hold too much air like a chunky does when you mix it in resin. And I'm gonna fill the mold. Just gonna work back and forth. do need to tilt this up a little bit from that end. And I do feel like this side is tilting a little bit, so I'm going to try and put that side up against the other one. I do have a small level somewhere over here. I'll find it right here. Pretty good that way. Pretty good that way now. So, beautiful. And that was a pretty good guess for not even truly measuring. I measured the two parts in two separate cups and then poured them into this cup because I didn't have any bigger clean measuring cups. So I'm going to let these dry. I'll watch the back, but I don't really expect a ton of bubble action. But I'll just spritz them once or twice with just alcohol. And I will come back when they are dry for the next step. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up these coasters, hopefully. Pop one out. Cute. And the other. Looks good. It's still a little bubbly on the back, but not the end of the world. And they're going to get matching decals on the inside to the cups. And then I'm just going to turn on a glove so I can touch my epoxy cup because it's wet on the outside. All I'm going to do is pour a little bit in the center of each one. You're not looking to fill the whole coaster. You're just looking for enough to cover your decal. And I did drip a little on the outer edge of this one, so I'm going to wipe that off. And I'm just going to tilt it by hand for the most part. If I need to encourage it a little bit, I will. It's cold, so it's not flowing as much as it should on its own, or would if it was warmer. I shouldn't say should. And if you want, because I'm not quite to the edges yet, you can use a little silicone spatula tool to push it the rest of the way in there where your gloved finger can't quite get. So I'm just going to bounce that all over my edges, because you can see where it's dull on the edge where you haven't hit yet. And that one is fully coated. Oops. I just got up over the edge and onto my finger. I feel like I've got a little bit more in this one. So I'm actually going to take a little bit out. Okay. Just wiping that edge off where I went up and over. Double check this one. So, because this isn't in a mold anymore, I'm going to go ahead and actually torch it for bubbles, which there really aren't many. I feel like I picked up a little mica right here or something. But there we go. That is how these are going to look. And I'm not going to do anything with the backs of these other than if I have any super rough edge, I'll just hit it with like the toilet paper tube trick. But that's it. Just a little add-on to the teacher cups. Thanks for watching.